Hello all, welcome to another video of building a fortress second league match with the Black Splash. Oh, my opponent my opponent is not joining, it looks like. Okay, well, hold on. Hold on a second. We'll be back when the league starts. Alright, looks like we are now back. Playing against Don Haggis. Who I don't know if I've played before or not. Um, I guess this is a keep. Double Wasteland, Exploration, rips. A lot of good rips from here. That's what this hand is. Of course, we will need to um get a bayou. Is basically what we're doing. Okay. Um, Opponent pauses there, tells me he has counter spells. Probably could be a Delver deck. Uh, I'm just gonna wait on fetching. Like he could have Stifle, but Wasteland's probably a bigger thing. Chances are he lays fetch. If he does, I will then crack in response. Oh. Thoughtseize. He can take my Abrupt Decay, which means that yeah, we're gonna buy you here, I guess. Wasteland on that. Yeah, we're gonna loam those back. And probably just play another Wasteland, I imagine. Of course. Sure. I mean, not exactly sure what he's upset about. It looks to me like well, I guess Dread. I guess if he concedes here, we'll know he's not on Storm. So let's. I don't know. It hardly does anything. Let's waste that and see what happens. If he's got basics, he's got basics. It doesn't really hurt us to do that, really. You know, and he wants to spell pierce or whatever. Yeah, we'll just lay double wasteland. You know, and wasting there forces him to get a non-basic, which also forces him to. I mean, he could be on Storm. If he is on Storm, I don't know why he's complaining. I mean, he's still very likely to win, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Excited. I was excited to see another Daryl Ayers 550 Ayers. Ooh, I guess this is Stoneforge. Yeah. Okay. Um, you know, we're not super bad off, I wouldn't say. Especially now. We'll definitely waste a Tundra. Try to get all that back. See if he forces it. He doesn't. We'll, I guess, play stage Wasteland. We may want to copy something with this stage. My guess is we're okay. So this looks like Esper Stoneblade, maybe Esper Deathblade. It's better if it's not Deathblade. It's better if he doesn't have Deathrite. Excuse me. So he's thinking about what he wants to do. I mean, I guess we could have played Forest to copy, but since we have Exploration, it doesn't seem like we're going to need to avoid Wasteland. You know, he could have Wasteland, but whatever. I think we're probably okay. You know, we're just so far ahead in so many ways. You know, so if he has to fetch a white source here, he's got to fetch. Uh, yeah, we're definitely gonna dredge. We're gonna. Well, let's. Yeah, let's waste this. See what he goes and gets. Sure, he's gonna put in Batterskull. Now, okay. So I think here maybe we probably just want to go Dark Depths and hold up the combo. I guess my only real worry here is Caracas. You know, if he has swords and another white source, he can kind of do it at any time. So, but Wasteland is probably more likely than Caracas, so we're just gonna go for it here. And if he has Caracas, you know, it's not the end of the world. We still have, um, we still should have enough time to get the combo back into play unless, okay, so that's not Caracas and that's not, okay, Baleful Strix. Okay, that's fine. You know, alright. Guess we do that. Guess we want waste, depths. I guess is fine. Wasteland. Wasteland is fine. Get rid of that bayou. He blocks with Strix. Okay, Brainstorm it is. Now this is the kind of deck that's gonna have Meddling Mage in the sideboard, so those abrupt decays should really come in handy, I would think. You can attack for 5 here. Let's just F6. We're not doing anything. Oh, oh darn it! If only we had. Uh, if only I'd thought about that. I could return that punishing fire. But okay, I can't. That would have been fine. Yeah, there's the Caracas. Okay. Um, yeah, I guess that's fine. Um, oh yeah, cool. We're gonna waste that Caracas. Get Mazavith, Grove, Wasteland. Now he has the Force. Okay. Let's copy that right there so it can't be wastelanded. And then, you know, we still got another Depths. Or another, yeah, we got another Dark Depths. Stone Forge, okay. Jit. No, we're not doing that. So let's get Grove, Maze, Wasteland. If he forces again, we will play Depths. Okay. Now I wonder what I want to do. Yeah, we might as well play that too. So, if he has another Caracas, we might be in big trouble. But you know, if he has his Swords of Plowshares, we should be fine. Okay. Let's just attack before we do anything. Alright, cool. Let's get Grove, Maze, Wasteland, I guess. Okay. Let's return Grove. I could. And I think I might as well. Maybe that was dumb. Like if he has days. Sure. Okay. Yeah. I mean, he certainly put up a fight, but okay. So we pretty much like all our cards there. Um, I don't see a major reason to bring in any black cards. I kind of would like, you know, like a library and a K grip would be nice. I mean, he had some basics. maybe this is a maybe we don't need Chasm against this deck. Actually think I like two libraries more than the K group because we do have three abrupt decays. I think that's fine. Yeah, I guess I like this. I mean, I could take a crop rotation out. I think it's okay. We'll leave it like this. You know. Okay. Okay. This seems like a really good hand to me. I have to go get. Okay. So he can. Thoughtseize isn't great against this hand. You know, he'll probably take exploration, which is a bummer. Okay. I think we definitely want to gamble here. And I think we want to gamble for. He's not playing meddling mage on the next turn, so I think we want to gamble for probably punishing fire right here since we drew the grove. Huh. We did discard the grove, but we do have another gamble for loam. And a Sylvan Library to try to find another loam. Okay, Baleful Strix is whatever. We're just gonna go Sylvan Library right here. And, you know, try to find loam or an exploration or something good. Okay. Be great if he missed a land drop and couldn't do anything. So I think he definitely has Deathrite Shaman in his deck. We saw the Bayou last game, so. Okay. I should be F6 through his turn, really. Okay. We would like to get loam going. This could be like a rest in peace, in which case I'm glad we got Sylvan Library. Okay, maybe an abrupt decay for Sylvan Library, which is real. Okay. I think we. Wait. Undo. I think we want to gamble. Give me loam. I discarded loam. Okay, that's okay. I mean, it's bad. Still doesn't have any white. It's bad if he just goes like rest in peace, and then we'd be scrag dogged. Doesn't shuffle. Alright. Take some damage. Yeah, this is probably not good. It's probably like a rest in peace. Oh, meddling mage. I assume he has to name Loam. Okay, cancel. Uh, I don't think he can play Wastelands. So, let's just see what happens. You know, we might want to hold the... Uh, because... I feel like he doesn't have any counter spells in hand for some reason. Brainstorm. Oh yeah, I forget that there's no shuffles here. It's hard to know if I should go for it. I think I probably should. Okay. Painful truth. Okay. So he either found it or he didn't. And I guess we just kind of have to see. Okay. Hmm. Maybe he's just, he still could have swords. Maybe he's just being crazy. No. Alright, well. Uh, maybe I don't, like, during that game, I don't know. I didn't feel like I drew that insanely good for this deck. This is just a good matchup for me, you know? Like, but glad I got there. Like, he had a fair bit of hate, and it seemed like, you know, like he had Abrupt Decay for Sylvan Library, Meddling Mage on Loam, you know, and he just didn't have the sword. So he said he had Jace on hand, which, you know, I guess is means that if he'd played Jace, what I would have I wouldn't have activated the stuff so that he couldn't bounce my guy. I don't know. That was the video. As I said earlier, you know, I saw a version of a version that Daryl Ayers just 5-0'd a league with, which was essentially RG's main deck. but which and I'm not sure I like this choice, but what he did was he took out two Rishanen ports, added a third Tranquil Thicket and a bio. He was already running four fetches. So, and basically the main deck just ran like normal RG except for the minus the two Rishanen ports. And he had four discard spells, four Thought Seizes, uh, four Abrupt Decay, and two Dark Confidants in the board. Um, I still don't know about the splash. Like, I just went 4-1 with the red green build. Granted, the black build would have been better positioned against my Miracles opponent. Um, so maybe the black build is better, but I did 5-0 with the black build. So I'm just not sure what the best configuration is. Like if it ends up that like I'm doing about the same with both builds, like having about the same results, which right now I'm over 60%. So for a non-pro grinder, I'd say that's fine. I'm happy with over 60%. I mean, it means that essentially I'm going infinite. I don't have to get any more play points, and every now and then like I win extra points. So right now I'm going a little more than infinite. Um, so on that level, I'm excited. But what all I meant to say is that if I have the same results between the black build and the straight red green build, I think I'd rather just run the red green build. And the red green deck has kind of been solved for a long time. But with David Long's innovation, with the black splash, uh, there might be room to think about what other cards we could use in the red green build. If you know the if this uh, list needs some help somewhere, like I think that like one idea I was having for the red green build was to run three Revokers and four Spheres, you know, Revoker for other combo decks like Sneak and Show, Reanimator, uh, so that we'd have a little game against them also, and kind of serves as like half of a Chalice of the Void. I'm not sure about Caracas. It's kind of like on its own, it's no good. But if you have Revoker naming Gristlebrand so that he can't draw 7 cards, bouncing Gristlebrand is great. So maybe, and like when I think about it, like maybe Revoker naming Gristlebrand with Maze of Ith is just enough. You know, the only problem with that is like um, you're good again. Like the show and tell scenarios are something like show and tell Gristlebrand, put in Revoker, naming Gristlebrand, crop rotation for a Maze of Ith, or have a Maze of Ith. You're pretty good. Um, or show and tell. Um, Sneak and show, you have Revoker, you're covered there. Um, if they show and tell sneak attack into play, now, if they just play sneak attack, you'll have to play your Revoker to name sneak attack. Um, but it wouldn't if I don't have the Caracas. The one line it's awful against is show and tell Emrakul, and then without the Caracas you just lose because even if you have enough permanents to sack once or twice, the only scenario you're surviving there is if you have enough permanence to sacrifice and to keep a 2020. So that's really the only thing. And Revoker on Grizzlebrand against Reanimator is okay. I don't know. I don't know, but like this is one thought. My recent RG set, I faced Miracles at the last deck, and though I did lose the game, Revoker wasn't bad. He didn't. I am almost certain he had swords, but he didn't want to use his swords on. Uh, he didn't want to use his swords on Phyrexian Revoker. Um, so he didn't get to use his Sensei's Divining Top at all that game. That being said, he was a good player, and like he was brainstorming and putting 1 and 2 drops on top of his deck uh, with a counterbalance out. So I still got owned, and it sucked. But Revoker at least felt reasonable in the matchup. So basically, all I'm saying is that I would like, even if the Black Splash is a little bit better positioned, I kind of feel like this is the proven build, and I still feel like it can kind of beat anything. It has its bad matchups, but it can kind of beat almost anything. Barring like Imperial Painter and Blood Mood decks, you're still like horribly horribly unfavored in those matchups. But um, basically, I'm just saying, I hope that there's some type of sideboard configuration that we can kind of figure out for it. Um, Other options would include like red blasts. Like what if I don't think I own any red blasts. Pyro blast. Yeah, red E. No, I don't. Oh, I do have 3 red blasts. So maybe I'll be trying some red blasts. Like this is another option. Like just for the other combo decks and miracles. I mean, I kind of like this. Um, Pyroblast is a better card because you can cast it regardless of whether or not the target is blue. This you actually have to have a blue target for, but I can't imagine a scenario in which that's going to matter for this deck. So this is another option. You can board this in against combo decks. Granted, it's not at its best against Storm, um, but against combo decks, you're just going to use this on their cantrips. Like you want to brainstorm? No, Red Blast. And against Sneak and Show, you know, you can use it for show and tell. More than likely you're not going to win a counter battle, but every now and then you will. And it has game against what was I saying? In which case we would take out like the Caracas and either put in another Sylvan, like we'd either put in another Sylvan library here, or we would put in a choke. Like I feel like this is actually pretty reasonable against miracles. You can counterbalance on the stack, and if they don't have a top, you can hope to not. You can hope to get it if it's. Obviously you don't want it to hit the battlefield, but that this is a possibility. So maybe I'll run something like this in my next video set. For now, we're obviously going this kind of going with my own Black Splash build, which I'm by no means am I trying to say that this is better than what David Long came up with. I don't necessarily think it is. These are just my personal preference, thinking that Punishing Fire is a better card than Molten Vortex is ultimately what I'm thinking. Like I think Molten Vortex is good, and useful, but I think that for this deck, Punching Fire is a better card for this deck. In the context of this deck is basically what I mean, because in my little bit of testing with Molten Vortex, I found that by the basically your Molten Vortex was a more fragile Punching Fire basically, because by the time by any time by the time you would get Molten Vortex online to like really start doing damage to them, you've already found the combo and don't need to win that way. And if you're just trying to kill creatures, Punishing Fire seems just a, a less fragile way of going about it. You know, you don't have to have numerous red sources in play. So you know, uh, that's that. That's the video. I hope you were fine with me rambling on there for several minutes. I hope you enjoyed facing Esper Deathblade. Peace out until next time.